So this is Austin Kelly with the Austin Kelly Show. And we are here with a very special guest. I'm doing an intro, I guess, without realizing it.
It happens.
It just happens. Lauren Case.
Hello.
Lauren Case, singer, songwriter, classy individual, Lauren Case.
I try.
Yeah.
I try my best.
So last time I interviewed Prime Society, we had beer. And now with you, we got Starbucks.
Yes.
What
beer
is
tonight.
What is this? Because I still don't remember the name of it.
So this is a grande iced matcha latte with soy milk.
Nice.
Not personally a soy gal, but a barista recommended it one time, and it is very good. And now you love it, right?
I know. This is my first time trying it. Yeah, this is my first time trying it. I'm not a Starbucks person because I don't get it often, but hey, maybe I'll get this because this is really good.
It is very good.
What else do you get at Starbucks besides that?
I do all sorts of things. I like to do their shaken brown sugar oat milk espresso, their cold brew with. This has become a Starbucks interview.
I know, right?
Putting people onto my orders. The cold brew with vanilla sweet cream. Very good. But yeah, this has just been my go-to lately.
Coffee is your go-to. Well, in general, you get a lot of coffee, right? Throughout the day.
Coffee is a big part of my life for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. It just makes its way into every day. Can't go without it. Yep.
So honestly, with this, I might order this again. So honestly, this is really good. So cheers to this.
Cheers. Absolutely.
Cheers. Yeah. Cheers.
Podcast.
To this podcast. Thank you for coming on. And so tell me about like what you've been doing lately. You have amazing singles out.
Thank you.
My Guy, Wolves, Refill, and
you got it.
Right Down the Line.
Yep.
Yeah. I listened to that one today too, actually.
Oh, awesome.
I want to talk to you about Right Down the Line, actually.
Yeah.
So what brought you to do that as a cover song?
So I was with my family. We were driving home from Greer, Arizona, and it just came on. And I was like, wow, this is a really cool song. I don't think I've ever heard this before. I feel like this is so underrated. I loved all the harmonies in the chorus. So it's by Jerry Rafferty. I think that's how you say his name. And so I was like, this would be a super cool cover, but I didn't do anything with it for a while. And then hit up my boyfriend, let's make a cover of this, even if we don't put it out. We were really, really liking it. And then the newest season of Euphoria had come out, and I was super surprised by this, but the song started absolutely blowing up on TikTok. Just an
I did not know that, actually.
From it's either like late 60s or 70s. Just started.
My parents know,
off.
so that means it's old because my parents are old. So yeah.
Yep. It took off and just felt like the perfect time to finally put it out.
Yeah.
So that is the only thing I've put out in quite a while.
And before we started filming, we were talking about the stripped down versions that you did of that song.
Yeah.
And then My Guy. Yeah. So what I kind of
It was bound to happen.
I know it was bound to happen. So like that day you did just those two tracks, right? You just did those two. So you rented out the space. And tell me how the performance went with those two songs.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Yeah. I'll tell you the funny little story of that day. So rented out the space, got all dressed up, paid the painful amount of money it costed to hire everybody who was involved. And my wonderful, sweet boyfriend was there, and he was going to be recording sound. There was somebody else taking care of video, and so he never actually pressed record the entire couple hours that we were there. So he had to re-record all of the vocals, including the background vocalist. They had to come in again and wait to do all of that after the fact. But they turned out okay. I'm satisfied with the final product for sure.
I didn't ask you, how did you react when you did find out that there was no audio?
When I found out, I'm never going to be the type to blow up at somebody when I know that it would really upset me if someone did that to me. So I just immediately like put myself in his shoes. He must feel so embarrassed, and
I'm sure he was very apologetic.
So apologetic.
He was like...
So I was just like, I just kept saying to him like, seriously, it's okay. We're going to be laughing about this so soon.
Yeah.
So soon.
It's okay.
He's like, not this soon. I was like, on the way home, I was trying to crack jokes, and he was like, I think it'd be messed up if I were already laughing about this. I really owe you. but
it was an all day thing. And then to
Yeah.
find out that didn't, I mean, you guys worked it out though. Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
That's life.
Yeah. And
roll with the punches.
I must say, towards the end of the stripped down version of My Guy, the way you ended that song with your vocals was incredible. Like gives me chills, actually.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
And we talked about this previously too, but do you have any music that you're working on? You say you have like 6 songs that you're on right now?
Yep. So I've been writing lots of songs, and as far as the production goes on those songs, I've started on about 6 or 7. I've been just sitting on this EP for a while now, finally wanting to put out an EP so that there's just like a cohesive sound and vibe present through all the songs, because the 4 singles that are currently out, they're all pretty different from each other when it comes to just lyrical content and the production, the overall vibe of them. So yeah, this, when it does eventually come out, it will be really, really reflective of just a lot of the feelings I experience and challenges, and it will have a similar vibe.
Have you ever cried while writing a song?
Have I ever cried while writing a song? That is a good question.
Or even playing a song?
Definitely, absolutely. Yeah, just sometimes like I get choked up if I'm singing and I'm just like, damn, this song is really good. This song's really hitting right now, and I just can't help like feel kind of choked up. Or yeah, if I wrote a song and it's super cathartic, I've just been like going through a tough time and I figure out the perfect way to put to words an emotion that I'm dealing with. And it's just it all can be a very emotional process. And then there are other times where I'll write a song that is a total tearjerker. I'll play it at a show and people come up to me afterwards like, oh my God, like, dang, like, are you good? And like, I didn't feel anything while I was writing. It was just like, yeah, that sounds sad and cool.
Those lyrics hit.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it's different every time.
I actually been wanting to ask you this. So I remember when I interviewed you 3 years ago now, around that time, you weren't doing live shows. You were barely like practicing just singing because of your voice, your throat problem. What was it again exactly?
So it's still kind of mysterious to this day.
Yeah.
But yeah, if any fellow vocalists are watching this, definitely be careful about what you eat and drink and how you use your voice, because there can be damage over time that comes to bite you. But yeah, for me, it's just not eating 3 hours before going to bed, not like lying down right after eating, because that can cause acid reflux, and that can really affect your voice. I mean, like, you can hear how kind of raspy my voice is just in general.
Well, you can use that Doja Cat rasp and
exactly.
Yeah, there you
no
go.
one does it like her, but yeah,
Tinashe's better.
Yeah.
I still agree to this day that Tinashe's better.
Oh wait, I didn't even hear you. I just brushed right past that. Agree to disagree.
Yeah,
it's fine.
We'll get back to that topic afterwards, before this interview ends. But regardless, like, I was excited that you announced that you were going to do your first live show since like recovering from your vocal problems.
Yep.
And then when I saw that, I'm like, gotta go. I've never heard her perform live. And when we did see you perform live, it was like, oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it was so cool seeing you up there and performing and doing your thing. I think it was at the Crescent Ballroom, right? The first time.
There were a lot of shows during that time period. You guys came out to a Crescent Ballroom show.
Yeah.
And is that, I did like 3 songs.
It was like the Wednesday showcase, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a really fun night.
Yeah, I think that was your first time.
Yeah.
No,
that sounds right.
Yeah. How did you feel being up there and playing live again since all that, since you're
so excited.
Vocal? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was definitely torn up about the voice situation for a while there, but I really learned that you just adapt. Something might, like a drastic change in your life might really get you down for a couple months, but totally you can adapt and just deal with it, work around it.
Yeah.
So I was very, very excited to be performing again.
Was there any nerves prior going into it?
That was weirdly nerve-free night.
Wow.
And yeah, no, I didn't feel nervous at all. That I remember that as being a really good performance, and I just felt super comfortable. Probably just because I was so excited.
Yeah,
just happy to
just
be
finally
there.
getting back up there. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you were performing before the vocal problems, and then you had to take that hiatus. Yeah.
Yep, I remember last time we were doing this interview, I probably by this point I was like, oh shoot, I wonder how much longer this is.
I know. Yeah. I mean? And this is a longer interview, so I hope it holds up.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good to go. Yep.
Yeah, and then I've seen you perform a few times after that. You performed at the Valley Bar. You performed at. I think we saw you perform a couple times at Crescent Ballroom because you performed on the balcony too. Yeah. Yeah, that was such a beautiful setting. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the weather was really nice, and Crescent Ballroom is awesome. Definitely one of my favorite spots to play at, for sure.
And at the Valley Bar, you had your boyfriend play bass next to you. Yeah, that was really cool. Yep. Yeah.
He is my music partner in crime for sure.
How did you guys meet? You and Austin. How did you guys meet?
So we met in church.
Nice.
We both grew up a member of the LDS church. And I had seen him around, and he was just he was the band guy with like his long hair, and that's just how I remembered him. Like he kind of had the Bieber haircut that a lot of guys had at the time.
Shaggy, like Bieber hair,
yeah. We never talked to each other. And then many years later, I was with my first boyfriend, and we were at a show, and we ran into Austin. He was like, yeah, I'm doing producing now. This was years later. I don't think I'd ever had a conversation face to face with him. I'm doing producing now. And so, yeah, if you guys ever need any help, and then I completely forgot about that interaction.
Yeah.
But he came to one of my shows, approached me. I've got to work with you. I would love to work on your music. And
did he hear any, like, what did he hear? Was it my guy that made him want to work with you?
He just heard me live. He just came to a show. And
awesome.
Yeah, and so we started working together, and just the rest is history. Just got along really well.
And voila, you guys are together going on what, 3 years now?
Yeah, in April it'll be 3 official years.
Yeah, awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys got any plans in April? He's in town now, so maybe.
Yeah. We'll see each other for the anniversary. We don't have any plans yet, but like we're both definitely balling on a budget. So
exactly,
we might write each other really nice long letters or something.
Yeah,
coupons.
I feel the budget thing going on. Yeah. Yeah, and how is the long distance working out? Because he moved to California recently.
Yeah,
and you're still living here. Like, how often? I know he's only lived there not even that long.
About 2 months.
2 months now. Yeah. So like, how do you see it panning out? You guys do in the long term, or long distance, I mean.
Yeah. So the long distance has definitely been, in some ways, more challenging than I expected. In other ways, it's been easier. I really appreciate, first of all, just the fact that I can support him going out there. Just deciding to do music full time is a scary commitment, and it takes a lot of dedication and faith in yourself, and dealing with just like years of not really seeing the money you want to see and the responses from people you want to see. So I am all for him going out there, because if he's gonna move and leave his stable, comfy life, then he definitely wants this really bad. So
sometimes you just got to be willing to risk it all. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and kudos to him for doing that, because he's gonna do well.
Yeah, I totally believe in him. As for me here in Arizona, I have my days where I shed a tear and I go to Target and I give myself $20 to get whatever I want.
There you go.
Yep, pour a glass of wine and let it do its work.
Do you guys call each other like every day?
Yeah, we try to call every day.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. So, and then obviously it's very like 50-50. You go up there, see him a few times.
Yeah,
he comes here a few times.
He's already in 2 months. He's come down twice. I've gone up once. Wow. So can't really get much better than that. He's only 6 hours away. Could definitely be worse. Yeah.
And I actually want to pull up some pics on your Instagram and just tell me about like that day and like what was going on and all that. Yeah.
I'm very
One of those pictures we already talked about was the stripped down part.
Okay, yeah, that whole story.
Yeah, but we'll first start
Stripped down is in the stripped down cover song.
It's the stripped down. It's a cover song. Yeah. This is you in Austin. What was going on here? Yeah.
So that day we were helping out, participating in a music video for a friend. So another really cool local musician is Logan Alexandra. You should definitely have her
I've
on
heard
here.
some of her music, actually. She's really talented.
She's really cool in the sense that she's very hardworking. She's always working on like 5 projects at a time, constantly filming and editing and helping other artists and interviewing artists. She's also started doing that. So it was an original song that she had worked on that both Austin and I had helped her write.
Yeah.
So it was the music video for it. We were the band in the background of the music video. So I was just like playing keys and making it look as convincing as possible.
How long have you known her for, Logan?
I have known Logan. We followed each other on Instagram for a couple years now, but we just in recent months started getting together to help each other out with different things.
I should have her on here. There's a lot to talk about with her too.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
I've seen some of her TikToks actually too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's successful.
She's successful on TikTok. Yeah.
YouTube too.
And then this is you performing live. I don't think I was at this show because I would remember this, but this is you performing live. Yeah. And then this is also from the same post.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was recent.
This one's from the same post. Yeah.
Recent show at Valley Bar. I got to open up for a girl named Emlyn, who also has done really well on TikTok. She's like bad bitch, like screw your ex, and I don't know if that's allowed on this show. But...
Oh no, you could cuss. Yeah, we had Prime Society on here. There was a lot of cussing on here.
Yeah, they're probably not quite as mild as I am. I can get away with a swear word or two.
Oh yeah.
All right,
just one or two.
Okay. Yeah. But what were we talking about? The picture, yeah. So that night I opened up for her name is Emlyn, and she is incredible. You should get her on here while you can. She's like taken off doing really well. I definitely think she has a bright future ahead of her. Yeah.
What do you remember about that night? Did you go on first?
I remember being really, really nervous because the show I had played prior was like the worst show I'd ever played. None of my friends who came felt that way, but you know, we were all our own worst critics. So I just was super anxious. I don't normally feel that way before a show and just didn't feel relaxed while I was performing.
That's why you take a shot or two before.
I know. Yeah, that was my problem probably. Yeah. But yeah, no, didn't
or a glass of wine.
Shots. Right. So, I was nervous. I got on stage and Emlyn attracts some really, really nice fans. Nice, like, but also rowdy. So they were just like shouting a lot, getting really close up to the stage and hyping me up, making me feel good. So that made all the difference for sure.
Memorable night, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Right. And then obviously this.
What do we got?
We got this.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice outfit for that performance. Yeah. You already explained what happened that day.
That was the whole didn't press record debacle.
What was the space?
That was a space in Tempe, I want to say. A popular spot. I've seen a lot of people do photo shoots and videos there. A little like 70s style room. It was really cool.
Yeah, okay. And then this is the last one.
What you got?
White backdrop and all.
Oh, yeah. So that was one of my promotional pictures for when I put out Right Down the Line. That was shot by a photographer named Everett Malloy.
Okay.
He is extremely talented, like one of the best photographers in Arizona. I try to hit him up to do my pictures whenever I can when I've saved up a little dough.
And that's why you got a second job, so you could save up more to do some stuff. So
yes. Let me mention my second job. Everybody go buy some CMYK makeup. It's wonderful. It's clean. It's vegan. It's cruelty free. I'm wearing it right now. So if you like what you see, get some CMYK.
If you want to look classy.
Yes,
if you want to look
very classy, clean and classy. Color made simple.
Let's take a shot. How many times I say classy in this interview?
Yeah, no, a little matcha sip.
Matcha sip, yeah. Do you, kind of a weird question, but do you drink often?
Drinking, we can get into it. Yeah, drinking is a weird one.
I know you like making cocktails.
Yeah, I love making cocktails. Yeah. So I'm a barista, so I just love making drinks, working with my hands to make just creative outlets.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got really into making cocktails, and then I've just got like an anxious personality where I will start to I just will worry that like, oh no, what if I have an addictive personality? Oh no, what if drinking became a problem? So like I could have one drink at a night and I'm like, should I have had that? I just am just the anxious type. So with drinking, I've definitely known, all right, you know what? I'm an artistic person. I'm an anxious person. There's some addiction in the family. So like, I think if you are that kind of person who worries a lot and you have a couple drinks and it just takes all that away for a while, you should probably be a little careful about that.
You should.
So for me, I like to keep it.
You mainly, well, I mean, I'm sure it's super fun making the cocktails too.
Absolutely.
It's like the art of making
mocktail making, honestly.
It's like the art of making it,
Absolutely, yeah.
What's the favorite cocktail that you've made?
Oh man, that is a fun question. I could definitely talk about that all night. I love getting into that. But I hear my phone ringing. I think it's your sister. It's my sister. Do you want to just tap the
Hi, sister.
The button on the side. Okay, cool. She calls me. Is it 7:30 right now? Because she calls me at 7:30 every day. 7:40.
There you go.
Well, if she watches this, Shelby, I love you. She's my best friend.
Yeah.
My favorite cocktail to make. That is tough. You're gonna need to edit out me sitting here thinking, because there's.
You could hear a pin drop
options.
now.
I love making a margarita because it's just a classic.
Oh, I love margaritas.
A lot of people love margaritas, so just making it really good. Mm-hmm. Or I made a drink that was like a cherry limeade drink. So it had cherry liqueur in it and rum, I want to say, or gin, cherry liqueur with some muddled rosemary and then some soda on top, just like club soda. Yeah. With some cherries muddled in it too. And it was topped off with like cherry and rosemary. It was so pretty and it tasted so good. That was definitely a memorable one. I sometimes see your like cocktails on Instagram and I'm like, she needs to like come make us some cocktails because they look so good. I would absolutely love to. Yeah. Any time. That'd be so fun. We could judge your cocktail making. You should. Yeah. You're going to like them. I'm not worried. So like margaritas are your favorite. Yeah. Do you have like a favorite beer? I like sour beers. Sour beers. Yeah. I like. This guy likes sour beers too. You like sour? Yeah. Sour beers are the best. It's like the kombucha of beer. That's interesting. The kombucha of beer, I would say. Yeah. So have you ever thought of like, since you love making cocktails, did you ever think about being like a bartender? A bartender, yeah. Well, for a while there, I like had this epiphany where I was like, oh my God, maybe the reason why I don't feel super motivated with music all the time is because it's not what I meant to do. Maybe I meant to like do a little mobile drink service where I come up with all the drink recipes and what I've just learned is I just will go through phases. Like I'll be really into music for a while and then I'll think, oh, you know what, maybe this is my calling. And I think I'm just going to do what sounds fun at that time and be okay when the motivation fades and I want to do something else, and that's fine. Do you ever get anxious when it comes to not necessarily the live show performance aspect of it, but like just knowing that you're performing in front of strangers and people like know who you are the more you perform and see your Instagram? Like, are you ever anxious, like putting your face out there? Just like being perceived? Yeah, being perceived, like people getting to know who you are, looking you up and all that. Does that make sense? I think I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, so I Elaborate a little bit more what you mean, because I think I understand, but like.
So with you performing live and then people getting to know you more performing in front of like people, and do you ever worry like, oh, like
what they'll think of just my personality, or my
stage presence,
what I'm singing about,
all that. Yeah, all that.
Sure, yeah, I definitely go through that. I think like while I'm performing, I feel really confident, and I'm not thinking about what individual people are thinking of how I'm doing, because I just see everybody as just like the audience, and so I don't. If I was just focused on one person who showed up, and I know that they're in general a kind of critical person, it would definitely get to me. Like I can think of certain relatives or just people who are really opinionated, and if it were to just be like a crowd full of those people in my life, I would definitely like, I probably shouldn't crack that joke, or that's so stupid. Like I can totally relate to that a little bit, but for the most part, I just kind of forget about who's there. And I would say it's definitely when I feel just the most confident.
When you're on stage.
Absolutely.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember during the first interview and I did, you said a while back when someone would hear you sing like in your house or in your room, you would get like mortified. Like
totally. Absolutely.
Yeah, obviously it's not like that anymore because you perform in front of people, but
yeah, it's not like that anymore. I still don't love singing for just one person.
Yeah.
Like I'll never understand those people who could just like be asked to sing in front of one or two friends and not hold back at all. I think that's
more nerve-wracking than
awesome.
obviously performing in front of more people. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
It's just a weird thing, but yeah, it's so true.
How do you, so when you perform live, do you have a favorite song you perform live? I haven't heard you perform Refill yet live.
Yeah, no, Refill. I just, if I'm not going to have the dope instrumental with it, I don't want to do it. I don't think it translates over to guitar well. I did it once and it was fun. I think it went well, but I don't like to play it on my own. I would need someone else to do it because it's just kind of the same. I don't know how to describe this. It's like the same. It's almost like the same chord the whole song, but with just like a couple notes varying, but the same. Just like
I feel like
I'm a musician, but I don't know the terminology enough.
I feel like you need a whole band to perform that song.
Yeah,
right?
I would need like Skrillex with me or something.
Yeah.
I would need just like a really experienced person on a computer to do everything.
Yeah. Well,
It's
Refill's a great song, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
One of these days, perform it live with a band. And have you performed? You haven't performed with like a full band yet.
I have. I have a couple times. Yeah. A couple times I got a band together, some really talented people. A guy named Fletcher Malloy, who's now living out in LA, amazing guitarist. He would help me out. And a guy named Carter Vaughn, really good drummer. He drummed with me, and a couple other really awesome musicians.
I'm sure just performing with a live band and then performing, like, what's the difference for you personally live when you perform with a live band and then you performing solo, like doing an acoustic session?
Yeah, that's a good question. With the full band, I think the difference is that it's a good challenge for me to work on my timing. Just keeping in time with the rest of the players, and that's not something that I've had to get good at. Yes. And also there's just more stress going into preparing for the show and relying on other people. I don't like writing songs with other people very much or needing to rely on anybody else. Yeah. When it comes to putting my own art out, I'm not a group project person.
Right.
Which is probably not great if you don't like group projects, you don't do well in that kind of setting.
I don't do well in group projects either.
Well, good. Then cheers to that.
Yeah, well, cheers to that too. Yeah, yeah. I'm more of I feel like I'm more of a solo person when it comes to certain things. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you say you prefer performing solo usually compared to
I would
being
say
in a band.
so. Until I get more experience with that kind of thing and learn to love it and work out all the kinks, I think I would absolutely love performing with a band. But for now, the solo thing is preferred.
Refresh my memory. When you performed for was it the Alice Cooper showcase.
It's called Proof is in the Pudding.
Proof is in the Pudding. That's right. Yeah. That was like 5-6 years ago when you did that.
That was in late 2017 or 2018. But yeah,
because it was like a contest, right?
Yeah, it was a battle of the bands. Basically, that was one of my favorite experiences ever. I highly, highly recommend it to any young musicians. It was basically a competition where there's one solo winner and one band winner for ages, I want to say 13 through 25, 12 through 25. But yeah, it's hosted by Alice Cooper because he lives in Arizona and he just gives back in a lot of ways. Yeah. Loves to help young musicians. And so there's just several rounds, and each round you perform in a different place and it gets more competitive. And
was it more than just one night, one day?
Oh yeah, it like took weeks. It was very involved, and then I was fortunate enough to win the solo spot, so that meant getting to.
Okay, that's a real cheers right there. Yeah. There you go.
That was definitely like an unforgettable accomplishment and moment. Met a lot of cool people, and just getting to open up for Korn.
Yeah,
Korn and Sammy Hagar and
awesome.
Gin Blossoms, and then the Hollywood Vampires, which was Johnny Depp, Joe Perry from Aerosmith, and Alice Cooper. So yeah, that was definitely an incredible opportunity.
That's cool that Joe Perry is still doing his thing in Aerosmith too. I saw Aerosmith live in Vegas and it was awesome.
Really?
One of the bands I wanted to see live, and I got to see him. It was awesome.
Oh wow, that's so
got
cool.
to see them with my dad, and I'm like, yes, finally did it. I saw all in the same year, Aerosmith, Paul McCartney, and Rolling Stones. In 2019 it was, so right before 2020. Thank God. I'm most
jealous of Paul McCartney. That's so cool.
I have a quick story. So Paul McCartney, I knew my aunt and uncle were going.
Yeah.
But I know they got floor seats. So they were on the floor at the Footprint Center and at the Suns Arena. And I'm like, okay, well, I want to go, but I can't afford those tickets.
How much were they?
I don't want to. I don't know. Probably like well beyond my budget.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, it'd be cool just to drive with them to the show, and I could just like buy my solo ticket and an affordable solo ticket and just enjoy the show by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I did that. And then we get to the arena, obviously show our tickets on our phones, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, hey guys, bye. I'm going to go to my seat up there. And then I see them going down, but I noticed there was not like a person, because there's usually another person checking your tickets, like your seats. And then they'll direct you, okay, just go down there.
Right.
There wasn't a person there. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll just follow them down there and just see how it goes. And then I'm with them. No one's checking me. No one bothered to like walk by and saw if I had a ticket down there. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to stay here. I'm just going to stay here and see if I can get away with it. And then there was an extra seat.
No way.
Yeah.
Like way closer than you were going.
The reason why there was an extra seat is because there was this man that was in a wheelchair. So that seat was supposed to be for him, but he was in a wheelchair. So I'm like, oh, there's an extra seat. Cool.
Wow.
And no one took the seat. So I just sat there with my family, floor seats.
Way.
And I was like, yes.
Did you tell that guy in the wheelchair, like, thank you for being in a wheelchair?
No. No. I should have, though. Thank you for being in a wheelchair, because I got to see Paul McCartney front and floor seats at the Footprint Center. So,
like, you just gotta find the good in the bad situations.
Whatever you do at the Suns Arena security, just keep doing what you're doing. So
that's awesome. Wow.
Yeah. What's your favorite? What shows have you seen? What's your favorite show that you've seen?
Oh my. I for some reason when you said show, I immediately just started thinking of TV shows because
we can get into that too.
Really, we should. Yeah. I'm so into just like watching good shows and movies lately. But my favorite show. Oh man, Tame Impala.
Tame Impala?
Have you heard of Tame Impala?
Tame Impala?
Yeah.
No.
Oh my God.
No. Okay. Am I not?
Well, definitely put you on Tame Impala.
Yeah.
So he makes, I don't even know the exact genre because I'm not an expert, but psychedelic, alternative music. I would say there might be some fancier name for the kind of music that he makes, but it's one guy. His name's Kevin Parker, and I think he just hires really talented musicians when he's playing live. But he puts a big emphasis on just the lighting during his shows, and I didn't think that would make that much of a difference. But he was playing at the Innings Festival, just like an annual festival in Tempe Beach Park.
Yeah.
And we see the stage, and he was going to be on way later that night. So I got there early that day, and I just see this like giant ring that's like tilted and hanging and like huge. It was a sight. I was like, dang, that must be for his set. I can't wait to see what that thing's going to do.
Were you on any psychedelics too?
No psychedelics for me. No, I think by the time Tame Impala started, I was like barely buzzed from just drinks earlier that day.
Yeah.
But I didn't need it. I was high on life.
You were high on life.
Yeah.
The way to go.
He just puts together, I don't know if it's like from his mind or if it's him and a team of people, but every song had the coolest lights and visuals that went with it. And this big ring, it would tilt, it would rise. It like there was fog that would come out of it. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that was definitely the coolest show in the sense
it was the lighting that like kind of brought the energy. Yeah, that's cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would say that was the best.
Yeah. Any other artists that you've seen live that
I've seen a lot. I've seen like almost every artist that I've wanted to see.
Lady
live.
Gaga?
Not Lady Gaga.
Doja Cat?
Not Doja Cat. Those two are pretty unacceptable. I mean, I've only been a Doja Cat.
You have a Gaga tattoo. You got to see Gaga at some point.
I know, it's true.
Yeah, Gaga, show that Gaga tattoo.
When she was on the tours I would have wanted to see the most, I mean, I grew up in the LDS church, so I wasn't going to those concerts. I was watching them on YouTube.
Secretly watching them, right?
Yes, I might as well. I even like, I had to ask my parents just to, and I think this is fair. I think like LDS or not, I think it's fair that your parents would have some hesitation when their 11-year-old is like, I want to get the Lady Gaga concert on tape at least, since you guys aren't going to let me go. And she, you know, she's got like X's on her boobs and but I love
and then just looking at her music videos too, like
just her music just made me excited. I loved all the shocking things that she did and just how like she would like sometimes she would do the sexy thing, but sometimes she was just like gross and weird and made it so cool. So I would love to see her one day. I hope she's still dancing and is still like chaotic by the time I get to see her.
Then at one point she had like bone implants or something.
Born This Way era.
It was like on her cheek, chin, forehead. Yeah. That was interesting time period for her. I want to say. I thought it was weird. It didn't freak me out. I'm like, why is she doing that? That's weird.
It's probably exactly how she wanted you to feel.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, she did her thing though. Born This Way, actually, that's a great song too.
Yeah, it is a good one.
And would you see Doja Cat live too?
Absolutely, I would. I've never been to a rap concert before.
You never have.
I feel like Doja Cat's would be really fun and relatively mild still, but yeah, I'm intimidated by rap concerts.
Would you ever put out a rap song yourself?
I think I would do.
Can you rap at all?
Can I rap?
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you can write songs, you can rap.
Right.
That doesn't mean you should or that
You could try,
have
Miley Cyrus tried for a little bit
when you're doing it, but Miley Cyrus, I think
back in like 2013, 14.
So cool.
Yeah.
Even in that phase, I think she was just doing her thing.
Would you ever collaborate with a rapper if the right opportunity came?
Definitely. Absolutely, yeah. I totally would do that.
There's quite a few talented rappers out here. I don't know if you heard of like De La Prime or
I haven't.
We briefly mentioned Kill Stacy on the car ride here.
Right. Yeah, I haven't heard of either of them.
Yeah.
But
I feel like your singing style in the right context, like it has to be right. I feel like it would mesh surprisingly well.
Yeah,
with like some
definitely do that.
Yeah.
Sometime in the future.
Yeah.
Because that would bring a whole new fun element to my more mellow songs. A refill needs a rapper.
I could see that.
A little refill featuring someone. I feel like that would be the song for that.
I could see that actually. That'd be interesting. Yeah. And speaking of refill, I'm almost done with this.
Yeah, I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah,
I need to catch up.
Yeah, thank you again. You bought these for us, so
I brought that into your life. Yeah, of course.
And what other coffee spots do you like going to?
Where do I
besides
like
the typical Starbucks?
I really like Mythical Coffee in Gilbert.
Yeah, it's right next to the Sports Clips and yeah.
They do a great job. They just they put together the craziest flavors and they make it work. It'll be like banana and basil, and I'm like, ew, and then I try it and it totally works. And they just have like really nice marketing.
I would have never thought that banana and basil coffee.
I actually don't think they would stoop to doing banana and basil, but they'd come up with good combos.
Oh, they haven't came up with that.
No.
Oh,
that was just like to give you an idea, like the cardamom and is that how you say that? Cardamom, rosemary, caramel.
Some interesting like name for the coffee, like mixture. And all that.
Yeah. They just combine funky stuff.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask also. You have been doing music off and on lately. Do you have, when you put out an EP eventually, is there names that are floating around for the name of the EP, or have you thought of names?
Yeah, I have thought about that, but you'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to I haven't committed to any name. It's the type of thing where I'm like, okay, do I make it one of the song titles and just have that be the EP title, or come up with something totally different? But yeah, the answer is pretty much no. I do not have a name. I don't have all that fleshed out yet.
Whenever you put out the EP and then you promote it and then perform live, first one there, I'll be there because you're amazing live.
Thank you.
And like I said regarding a guest, I feel like you're every podcaster's, interviewer, late night host's dream of being a guest. Sweet. Yeah.
Thank you.
Tonight Show too soon. You'll be on the Tonight Show soon.
Oh, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll
soon.
See if we can
make it a 5-year plan.
Get him to drink a matcha.
Make it a 5-year plan.
5, 10, give or take.
Yeah. And speaking of shows, you also want to get into the show aspect of talking like what you've been watching and stuff regarding shows. Yeah.
Yes.
So what shows have you been watching?
Well, is it the 9th today?
Yes.
Yeah, so today, the second pack of the new season of You. You know the show You?
Yeah.
All those episodes.
Isn't it on its 4th season?
Yeah, season 4. I think it's probably 4 or 5 episodes. So I've been on that show ever since it began. And there's a show really underrated. Or at least it seems underrated in my circle of people. But it's called Dark. It's German. And so
I don't think I've heard of it.
It's really, really good. I highly recommend it.
Have we heard of Dark? That sounds familiar.
It's super good. It's like it focuses a lot on time, and it's just kind of a mind-bending sort of show. Do you happen to like any Christopher Nolan movies? You know how he just always focuses on time and that being.
What's your favorite genre of like movies or shows to watch?
If I'm watching movies, I'm either watching horror, thriller, or comedy, like rom-coms.
Yeah. You're a rom-com gal.
Yeah. Totally love a good rom-com, and I love horror. So I'm trying to get through all of the popular scary movies before I die.
Would you ever consider acting? Because I feel like you'd be a good actress.
I am about to audition for a short film. Thank you.
No way. Oh, see, there we go.
Yeah, I did like a little bit of theater in high school, and I love how like when you pursue music, that really does give you the opportunity to act if you want to, or direct if you want to, get into fashion. Like there's so many facets that come from just pursuing music. So I always thought like, okay, if I get to the point where I'm doing like higher production music videos. It'd be so fun to get into the acting aspect of it. So yeah, this is just a friend who's making a passion project short film. Ooh. He's holding auditions in a week or so. So yeah, I'm gonna go for that, see what happens.
What's your role? Do you know your role at all yet?
I don't even know if I like can talk about it, but
oh really?
Yeah, I have no clue, but yeah, it's just like a female character, and they
what's the premise?
A little bit of the premise is still vague. I think it's going to be a murder mystery.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting, actually. Yeah. What's the name?
I
you don't know the name. So it's like very like early.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, early in the whole process for sure. But yeah, I'm just trying to keep busy and try all sorts of things.
And good luck with that, because that sounds really cool.
Yeah, thanks. I'm looking forward to it.
I remember also in the previous interview, you do impressions too.
Oh, yes.
You don't have to do impressions. All right. You don't have to
I'll do one impression for you.
I'll do one.
The one I feel
if you do one, I'll do one.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I didn't know you did any impressions.
I could do either like a Jerry Seinfeld or an Al Pacino from Scarface. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll do the Al Pacino one because that's a little intense right now, but
you can do as many.
It involves cussing and yelling, so I'm not going to do that. No, I'll do the Jerry Seinfeld one. I'll do the Jerry Seinfeld one.
Okay. Yeah. But I'll do my baby cry for you because that's the one I feel most comfortable doing. Okay.
That was pretty decent. Little clap to that.
Thank you.
Your little audience.
Yeah, it feels like shit doing that. I'm not gonna lie. So
I don't know if
that's all you get.
Now the pressure's on me. I'm not doing the Al Pacino one, guys. I'm not doing the Al Pacino one. Maybe I'll do a little bit of it. So like, okay. Okay, maybe I'll do a little bit.
All
so
right,
like
fine.
In Scarface, it's based off the scene in Scarface where he's in the bathtub and he's like, just going off on, I think it was his sister, I believe it was, in the room. But these aren't the exact quotes from that scene. I just kind of added my own twist to it, but it's the same like. So I'm not gonna yell. I'll try not to yell. So he's like, he's like, I'm the fuck you. I'm the fucking man around here. Yeah, it's like that, right?
Come here, give me a kiss. Come here. Hey, fuck you, man.
He's like this mob boss, and he's just going off. Fuck you, yeah. And then Jerry Seinfeld, that's iffy too. I'm not a good impressionist. You're way better than I am. I'm not a good impressionist. But Jerry Seinfeld,
you're killing it.
He's I don't know if this is an actual quote he did either. I kind of just made this one up myself actually, so I don't know if he actually said this.
Let's hear it.
But Jerry Seinfeld, he kind of squeaks when he talks a little bit, like a hi. Like okay, so he's like, "What's the deal with airline food? Am I right?" Okay, hold on. I need to do better. Okay, hold on. Yeah. What's the deal with airline food? Am I right? There's peanuts here. There's peanuts there. There's peanuts everywhere. It sounds like I'm saying penis. I don't know if he did that line.
That's really specific. I feel like he had to have said that. Was that just from your mind?
That's from my mind. Yeah. There's a lot of weird things going on in my mind. So. What would you guys rate that? Like a 4, 3, 2, 6? The Jerry.
Whatever they rate it, I'll rate it
6. Jerry Seinfeld. Which one was better, the Al Pacino one or the Seinfeld one? Yeah.
I like the Al Pacino one because
fuck you. Yeah.
I've never seen him
Scarface.
In anything, so
yeah.
I don't to base it off of.
I'll send you the link to that scene where he's in the tub and he's just going off. More weird.
I will watch that tonight before I fall asleep. And
in the tub.
I will dream of it.
Yeah, he's like this mob boss, so yeah. Well, anyways, I mean, there's our impressions. I remember you said you could do a Britney Spears too, right?
So with all of my impressions, I don't focus on getting good at them enough to the point where I can just whip them at any time. Like I need to prep. I'm sure you can understand that. Yeah. Like I want 10 minutes by myself to get it down and watch a couple clips. So I'm definitely like,
I'm better impersonating the person like right after I watch the clip. So I felt weird doing that.
Yeah.
Like just off the cuff, but
I know, it's scary. Yeah. I started doing impressions of Vampire Diaries characters on TikTok. So I was making TikToks for a while just for fun. Everyone was making TikToks and so many musicians were blowing up just because of one TikTok doing really well.
Yeah.
So I was like, I really need to get on that platform. So I would start to make cute little TikToks like, oh, what outfits I would wear that pair with my songs, and or a cover, and it's like, okay, 5-10 likes, great, thank you, that's not helping me whatsoever. And so I was just like, screw this, like, I'm done trying, this is just soulless, annoying promotion that's not working. So I just started doing impressions for fun of characters from the Vampire Diaries, which is one of my all-time favorite shows. And they took off, started doing really well, and like once one of those went well, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make this my personality for a while and just make a bunch.
Live the character.
Yes, totally. So that phase is kind of come to an end, but
I don't. So the impressionists that do impressions, but then they can make the face of the person that they're impersonating. That takes talent.
Yeah.
That takes tons of talent. Like I know Fallon. I mean, not to bring any names involved, but Fallon. He does a really good impression of Trump, and he does like the Trump face with the lips and everything, and it's like he kills it. He must practice that in the mirror a lot.
Probably. I forget that he was on SNL. And is very talented in those other ways.
So the fact that like an impressionist could make the face while doing the voice, that takes talent. I don't know. I can't do that.
Yeah, that's next level.
First of all, I don't even know if I want to look at myself in the mirror while doing an impression. So
yeah, like how Al Pacino are you willing to become?
I had to get more hair on my chest. Yeah.
Okay.
And
are we lacking in that department at the moment?
Yeah. And I had to do tons of coke.
Okay.
Tons of coke.
Okay. So we're method acting.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he was coked out in the scene. So, I mean.
Really?
So, yeah, I guess you can call it method acting. Scarface.
Okay. I need to watch Scarface. That's like a classic.
Yeah. It's like a 2.5 hour movie. It's really good.
Have you seen the movie Master of Disguise?
No, I have not.
Anytime I ask anybody, they usually haven't seen that movie because it is
He's seen
really
it. Oh, they've seen it.
Okay, yeah. So I think one of his disguises is a Scarface reference. Is it the little wiener and some tiny nuts?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I need to see that actually.
I definitely need to watch Scarface just simply for the fact that it is referenced in that other movie.
So with 2023 already like pretty much a quarter in, what are your plans for this year, throughout 2023, and moving forward in the future? Because you got a lot going on. Like, you have a relationship with an amazing boyfriend. He lives in California, and you guys see each other as much as you can now, since you guys don't live in the same state. But with all that going on, music related, everything, like what's the future like for you?
This year. Well, one thing I'm doing that is different than any previous year is I am not doing the whole like this is my year thing and like
I've
this
tried to stop doing that.
be an amazing year. I'm done with that. I just want to be as healthy as I can be. If I decide I want to work more on music, I will. If not, that's okay. I'm just like the big thing I'm working on this year is just being accepting of wherever I'm at. Being accepting of bad days and things not going my way and, making plans and they don't end up turning out how I wanted them to.
It's all mindset, I feel, yeah.
Yeah. I think I spend a lot of time thinking about the future and thinking about the past, not enough time in the present. I think, everyone can probably relate to that a little bit. But yeah, this year is definitely a year where I just want to focus on mental health first and foremost. And when I can get that sorted out more, then everything else will be easier.
Will fall in line. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Right down the line.
Making money. Right
down the line. And right down the line.
Love
do you see yourself, we briefly talked about this too before we showed up here, moving to California to be closer with your boyfriend Austin, or obviously you're probably going to wait and see if he'll move down here? Like, where do you see that working out?
Kind of going with what I was saying before, just one day at a time. I'm not even going to entertain moving out there or him moving back at the moment.
Yeah.
I'll start to entertain it when it's just looking like there's a change that needs to be made. For me to move out there, it would need to be more than just to be with him, like as a reason. I would want to see some opportunities, some work opportunities for myself, or maybe if I'm getting back into music, I think that'd be an amazing place to go. And but right now, I think of living in LA. I don't know how you feel about living in LA, but I'm just like, oof, I don't know about that. I don't know about how expensive everything is, and just people out there are really productive. It's so competitive out there, and I don't think I have what it takes yet to be out in LA.
It's very competitive. Yeah. Obviously, we could go on and on about like it being more expensive living there, and
totally.
I don't know how I would handle if I ever, and I don't see myself living there, at least not anytime soon in my future, but it would be the traffic that would piss me off more than anything. Yeah. It would be the traffic.
Yeah, because you mentioned you have road rage.
I do have road rage. Just driving around here.
It might be good for you, though. Yeah. It'd be the worst or the best thing for you. You'd come back to Arizona and you'd probably have a lot less.
Exactly, yeah. I feel like if I was driving in California, LA area, my blood pressure would be risen so drastically.
Yes, we can't have that.
A drive that's supposed to be a 10-minute drive ends up being a 30, 40-minute drive. In California. That's crazy.
When I was just there a couple weeks ago, it was a lot of just stop and go traffic. But that's not the worst thing when you're, with your significant other you haven't seen in a while. But I can imagine just like having a shitty day at work and you want to get home or you have to pee. Oh my God. I can't
I'm the worst with that. I had to pee all the time. It sucks.
Yeah. No, you're a frequent peer as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially at night.
Cheers to that.
There's times where I catch myself getting up 3 to 4 times a night to pee.
That's actually, you should get that checked out.
Everyone tells me that. Everyone tells me that, yeah.
That sounds a little excessive.
It pisses me off, actually. No pun intended. No pun intended. It actually does piss me off. Before we end this, obviously you're a fan of the music scene out here because you're in it also. Is there any local artists? We already briefly touched on it.
Yeah.
Is there any local artists that you can endorse that you like, that you personally like seeing or that you've heard of?
That's a great question. Let me ponder that.
Logan's one of them.
For a moment. Logan is awesome. Who have I seen lately? I need to go to more local shows. I haven't been good about that lately. Good Boy Daisy. Have you heard of them?
No, I have not actually.
Good Boy Daisy. They competed with me during Proof is in the Pudding, but they were a band, so we weren't competing against each other, just alongside each other.
Right.
And they make music for people who are fans of Paramore, I would say. Okay. Really cool. They're 2 twins, and then I think they have like a guitarist and a drummer, but like the 2 twins are the face of the band, identical twins, and one of them plays guitar really well, and one of them sings. She's got this crazy, powerful voice, and so definitely shout out Good Boy Daisy. They're awesome, and the lead singer dealt with some vocal issues as well, and didn't know me well, didn't have to help me, but she messaged me for quite a long time, giving me just tons of advice and being really supportive about that. Who else? Let me think.
You've performed on the same lineup as Daniel Durack
yes, of course.
Yeah,
she's incredible. She's really sweet, really down to earth, and just like such a quality songwriter. Just the kind of songwriter where you're like, okay, you don't need to get any better at that.
I love her hook writing. Her hook writing's amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what draws me into her music. Is her ability to write just catchy hooks.
Yeah. Catchy and relatable and just a perfect balance of being really like palatable. You can understand what it is she's talking about, but some of her lyrics also get you thinking like, oh, I wonder what she meant by that. I love when an artist is
get you thinking.
Good at that. Totally.
And we can't not name the Color Ray. I mean, the Color Ray, totally, I know. They're like the top of the food chain out here, I feel.
First Friday.
But you're top of the class. Yeah, you're top of the class. Yeah. You're up there for sure. And I also got to mention this, and this is for John Cornelio. John Cornelio, you said when I interview you in here next, I got to look fly. So I looked fly for you today. So I hope you watch this. So there you go.
You do look fly.
Yeah.
Got the stripes.
John Cornelio is another local artist. You got to check him out.
Oh yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
I think we both follow each other.
Oh really? Yeah. Yeah. He's an amazing songwriter too. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. And John Cornelio, this is my second time name dropping you in an interview back to back. So appreciate that as well.
That's an honor.
Putting you on. Well, Lauren, thank you for coming out. On that note, Lauren, thank you for coming out. You are awesome. Get that registration fixed.
Oh, let's not mention that, right?
Yeah, let's not mention that. Don't get pulled over again. You're living on the edge. Yeah. Gotta
find my edge somehow.
Don't drink and drive. Don't do anything.
Don't drink too much, right?
No psychedelics before driving.
Just before Tame Impala.
Yeah, just before that. Oh, Tinashe too. Better than Doja Cat.
Yes, fine. All right.
Yeah, you can agree to that.
having me.
Thank you. Yeah.
This is
See you
awesome.
next time, guys. Yeah, cheers.